possibility around smoke and flashbang. But regardless, though, it seems like the late contact play towards ramp will be the call from Zeus. And so far, Kjaerbye, if he keeps pushing it, if he keeps getting information, they know that it's going to be towards the A site. They can stack the A site thoroughly. They have already got 3 players here.
Already the first kill being claimed. Dupree, the man to find a headshot on Flamey. Zeus opening up for a swift second on Dupree to at least trade things back. Electronic a good position, but an awkward reload means he'll lose his head to Glaive. More being done now by Zeus again. Another reload. This is almost just tragic to watch. Backwards and forwards, the pistols will swing, but it will be Glaive to edge things out to a workable standpoint now for the CT side.
2 versus 3. Simple now towards heaven. We'll find 1. Makes this a much more easy round for NaVi in the 2 versus 2.
It's a good position, but he needs to be able to do something with it. 55 seconds on the clock. At least time is on the side of NaVi. They've got a bit to work with. Trying to peek out. Simple seeing if he can etch a kill. On towards Xyp9x, struggling somewhat as the shots will not quite connect. Xyp9x finally pulling away with a frag on Edward.
No Kevlar here for Simple. 1 versus 2. And obviously has to find both these heads. 40 seconds left. The bombs drop towards default, and now they can hold on to the bomb.
Oh, don't even need to do that. That was quick.
Exactly that. So 2 versus 3. Simple comes from heaven. Suddenly you think there's a chance of the round. The problem is when you're trying to retake a site without Kevlar, it can be a very, very difficult task. I think one of the biggest differences we saw there from Astralis versus NaVi was that outside push from Kjaerbye. Pushing towards outside, getting the information, which means it's not as if they're going to go do the smokes outside, go down lower steps, go towards the B site. It's either going to be a vent rush down towards B, a ramp play towards B, or an upper rush. They had 3 players there. Their players was heaven, which were going to be fast rotations anyway towards B. If it went B, very well played from Astralis.
And the day sounds quite predictable. That's really what I'm getting from that. As Dupree moves forward now, venturing out with his P90. The man is hungry, but his back was turned. Electronic will happily capitalize on that. As more is being done by Device, starting to pull out some money here. Double kill, make that a third by Xyp9x. Glaive finishing off for a fourth. And this is where the cookie begins to crumble for Natus Vincere overall, as Edward is just kind of one man standing, somehow gets 2, but Kjaerbye will finally put the final nail in the coffin.
Actually, that's a very good round from NaVi. When you consider the fact that they actually bought nothing there.
Just 3 kills, there's a lot of damage.
Exactly, it is indeed. So off of the back of that, they will be going for the buy. Claiming 3 heads as well from Astralis, which means 2 players that survived have to drop. One of the players has to buy up what he has left. That's going to be Dupree. He wasn't dropped in M4 for one of the survivors, which means he has to go for the UMP. 4 rifles, 3 M4s, Fabmaster for Xyp9x. Dupree on the UMP. And on the flip side, ironically, it will be NaVi Simple with the UMP. But already, enough for the talk. Kjaerbye finds the first of the M4. Already a man advantage here for Astralis once again.
I think NaVi wanted an early advantage there as well. I mean, you just take a glance at the utility. They've already got nothing left, and then you look up the map and you see what have they gained.
Exactly that. In terms of information right now, it's all in the ballpark for Astralis. They're expecting a play towards upper or towards ramp. But as I said, the Zeus lurking towards the ramp position will find the head of Xyp9x, and now suddenly he can apply so much pressure to the CT side.
It's a real pain for Device. Basically forces him to just stick there and basically not be able to do anything. Unfortunately, Glaive, even I don't see him, tucked up in the corner, manages to trade it back with Zeus completely stunned in surprise.
Exactly. I believe Glaive there wasn't expecting the buy, expecting more of a rush towards ramp. That's why they went for the boost there. And instead, it will pay its dividends later on, as even on the buy round, NaVi still opt to go towards ramp.
50 seconds. Every little notch of play from NaVi now will mean something, as they just really have no foothold in the round. They're going to look to try and find something towards ramp potentially, but it's all questions with no answers. A great flash pushing the back even further. This is Astralis making use of those final pieces of utility that they do have, as Glaive then positions those nice and perfectly tucked in the corner and should pretty much be able to drop them both there just like that. 2 kills, looking for a third as he gets hungry with his USP. Sure, it's a trade kill, but what does it mean with 20 seconds left? You've got Dupree on big flank. This should not be doable by Electronic. 18 seconds, tapping away. It's Device to finish him.
3 players surviving once again from Astralis. Once these players do buy up for the CT side, it's going to be interesting to see what their money's looking like. Already $3,000-ish across the board aggregately. And for NaVi now, seems likely they will be going for the save. They can invest into a, Smoke, PT50, or even a Deagle you can see Flamey buying right now. But apart from that, this is a round now for Astralis where they can really put their foot down, have 4 or 5 stay alive, have a clean round, build up your economy. You want to have $4,000 to $6,000 in your bank, just in case you lose that next Baron, so you can reinvest, rebuy back, and keep applying the pressure.
Talk about pressure. 2 nades towards outside are going to claim the life of Flamey very early on, and then you add into the mix the position. The likes of Kjaerbye, and that should lead to some deadly play. Edward at least able to climb in with one, though. The trusty Deagle, of course, always doing the work. Simple getting a second. It is starting to become a costly round for Astralis. Don't get me wrong, they're 3-0. But 3 kills, 2 pistols, that is a significant win for NaVi.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, obviously, early on into the game, money plays a massive factor, right? If this was 11-11 or 12-12 and, you know, Astralis is still claiming the rounds, even if they've got, you know, low amount of players surviving, that'd be a completely different commodity at that point. But right now, early on into the game, you can see the economical hemorrhage that NaVi have been performing onto Astralis. Look at the money right now. Only a device having over $1,000, which means one round away from Natus Vincere resetting the money now versus Astralis. And if they can reset the money, Ryan, they could very easily claim 3 rounds. You win this first buy round, 4-1. You win versus the Force by the weak Force, maybe 1 or 2 M4s, 4-2. You win versus the Eco, 4-3, and then suddenly you're back into this one. This right here, Ryan, is a massive round going forward to determine this first half.
Well, let's see how it plays out. I mean, it's a good position from Kirby, a lot of information that he's trying to pick up. You've got Device playing with him, going hand in hand with this AWP. No pressure being applied towards Secret, though, meaning that, well, they have no reward just yet. NaVi playing that same old, very slow style of Counter-Strike. Just moving up with these mollies, starting to clear things out.
Here comes the play towards outside there from Natus Vincere. So you can see they're lacking the strats and the time in the server alone where they can go and build up these executions, as right now it will be the concept play towards outside and see if they can slowly take control of the map, but right now it's only 55 seconds left. I'm
concerned because it feels like everyone from Astralis is in position. They're exactly where they need to be. They hold all the information. They hold all the cards. They begin to play their hand. Simple, trying desperately to get something back. And, well, it's a pick on towards Glaive at the start. But you're still in that 4v3. You've still got very little time to spare. You've still got nothing on the map. It's the same storyline for NaVi over and over again.
Flaming now towards Garage. Simple as well, going to be joining him towards the lobby. The bomb is down, but I believe it is still in possession of NaVi. 4 versus 3, 25 seconds left. This could even be a save here, Ryan.
I don't think it'd be a bad plan either, to be honest. Just thinking of just how NaVi's economy is. When you've got players like Xyp9x getting aggressive on you now, I mean, it has to be just that. 2 kills, that save is starting to fall apart, and it's not even going to be that. 5-0, Astralis couldn't ask for any better of a start going into this game.
Yeah, I mean, 5-0 right now, you have a 5-round advantage going forward. You've just seen the buy round as well from NaVi, where they've done the smoke towards A main. They've tried to challenge your player towards outside. One of the issues is, if you're on the T side, and you're playing versus the CTs, and they're not giving you that first kill, it's very hard to work the rest of the round. It's not as if they find a kill towards Garage, right? They might take out the AWP from Device. Suddenly, Secret's weak. Suddenly, you can go for an A split via A main. There's so many differences that can go on, but when Astralis aren't giving away the early kill, it's very hard for NaVi to open up the map.
You talk about that early kill, I mean, if you want to look at that past round, I think it was Glaive who moved away back into a Secret, back to that AWP, and that was such a crucial moment. That's exactly what you say, is now Device has to hold down outside. Pistols crossing through those smokes, venturing hopefully deep into the likes of Secret, but damage being done by Dupree, spraying on through. You've got Kirby tucked into the corner. This is going to be deadly. There's one going for a second. Flamey will trade. Makes it even. Now there is Kevlar backing these rifles, so a lethal concoction, but they have to play it right.
Yeah, that armor makes a massive difference. Minute 5 from the clock here, rotation coming in via vents. Xyp9x as well, a massive play into this round. If you can find the kill onto Zeus, it denies the split via ramp and of course via vent.
Struggling, but there you go, 4 bursts. Enough is enough, the kill will be found.
Yeah, 2 versus 3 now. Low HP for Flamey. Device has the stairs now towards long at the B bomb site. Glaive has control of, if they have gone outside, they've looked towards heaven, or if they come up vent, he can still get that frag. A very hard round for NaVi to win.
I just feel like overall it's another circumstance for Astralis where they have the answers to really anything that NaVi could throw at them. Simple looking for an opportunity down towards door. He's being held off by Device, but the damage is done. 12 HP, 20 seconds on the clock. 2 excruciatingly low plays. A frag grenade on Glaive.
Bomb does go down. 19 HP there for Flamey, 12 for Simple, and now they have decent afterplant positions. It all comes down to this kill.
Oh, the timing. Simple wins it out. Somehow taking down Glaive, leaving just Xyp9x, the clutch man himself, gets the first kill. Looking now for the second, being tagged up by Flamey, but that is it. Natus Vincere, they get themselves there first with just the pistols.
Yeah. Simple onto low HP, playing the off angle. He knows that he's going to get the first bullet onto Glaive. He wasn't playing a typical angle, which Glaive would be pre-firing. He played the off angle by the doors, just outside of them, which meant he caught that split-second advantage versus Glaive, and with that, he capitalizes off of it. He will go 5-1 as NaVi managed to conjure up their first round, but at the cost of only 1 player surviving, which means their economy is on a knife's edge.
So they take a look at Astralis. An SMG on Glaive, CZ on Xyp9x.
Yeah, I said the money was low for the CT side right now. It's going to be the op for Device. Glaive, MP9, CZ for Xyp9x, M4s for Dupree and Kirby. issue right now for the CT side is they're lacking the defuse kit. If Na'Vi play another slow round, 15 seconds left, 10 seconds left, bleed out the low amount of utility right now for the CT side, and get the bomb down, this is going to be hard.
I thought we were seeing a welcome change or seeing some good early damage, but it's Astralis, the team to convert them into actual frags. Electronic 14 HP, the picks coming in, Device so close at a knife's edge with the AWP, but Edward will take his head. But a trade comes in from Kirby, Debris getting aggressive again, may well be able to catch up player Secret, but no, Flamey sporadically moves back, flash on over, looking for more. Zipnik's a good position in vent, however, could well cut off any rotations that come in.
2 versus 3, Kirby and Zipnik's are low. 55 seconds, and when Zeus is your IGL, that's pretty much years to try and work the map as Flamey. He knows there should be another player outside. He's trying to find this extra player outside because he knows someone has to be towards the CT steps, towards Heaven, holding for the positions towards outside. And Glaive is that said player, but instead, they have managed to find their way down secret steps. We'll look at the opposition holding the line.
I like this angle. I love the player holding it too, but he has to land a shot. That's a given. The double peek here from Na'Vi should come through. Actually, just a simple shoulder peek will push him back somewhat. Buys them a bit of time, but the molly being pulled out towards door is going to be devastating. 17 seconds on the clock. They cannot push. At that point, the round may well be lock and key. They try. Flamey does pull through with a kill, but Zipnix should be able to solidify this. The molly blocking him off. They might actually be able to pull through with the plant. The USP tapping away. It is done. Astralis off the back of Glaive will reset.
Oh, he does have to time as well. No money. $800 for Flamey. 1.4k for Electronic. This was the issue I said, Ryan, was Na'Vi, yes, you had that incredible 2 versus 3 when the players are low HP. The problem is you have no extra players surviving, which means no extra cash. Your money's going to be so low. We can see a pause coming out as well. I imagine it's going to be from Na'Vi because right now they have to discuss their opportunity into this round. They're going to have to go for the force buy potentially. Electronic can still buy CZ. Kevlar, Flamey can, buy Kevlar, maybe get dropped to PT50 by Zeus or something. Simple can buy AK, Kevlar, Smoke, double flashbang. What you can do, we can try and work with this, is potentially have Simple lead for a ramp, a contact play towards a ramp. But obviously, you're always going to be in an uphill struggle into this round when you are putting it all onto one AK. But then again, if there's one player that can really go huge in a round, it will be Simple.
I have a simple question to throw at you as you do say his name. For our viewers at home who aren't totally familiar with Counter-Strike and they're brand new to Nuke, what would be an expected scoreline here at the end of halftime? What do Na'Vi really need to find on their T-side?
I reckon this could go easily 11-4, 10-5 at best for Na'Vi. When you look at the money as well, if they lose this round here, Ryan, it's going to go 7-1. They're on Eco, 8-1. Yeah, I reckon at best 11-4. If everything goes incredible for them in the buy rounds, maybe a 10-5.
Almost best case. That's bleak. We saw aggression come in from Kirby, spraying rapidly for 2, but only getting close to 1. Glaive able to trade things out, making it a quick 4 versus 4. A pretty good position with the shotgun. Has to be so careful, relying almost on timing. As he positions himself for this push, getting almost close to spotting out the shoulder of Simple, but finding nothing.
4 versus 4, 1:20 left on the clock, and you can see the players from Na'Vi exiting lobby. Potentially going to go back towards outside. This could mean they are going to try and aim towards A main and split towards the A site. Or conversely, a play towards secret stairs. Try and get back down in towards the B bomb site. The one round they have won was on the B site. Can they try and replicate that?
Smoke's coming out. Starting to move themselves back towards secret once again. This has been the bread and butter of Na'Vi. Everything they've been doing is towards outside. These basically 3 smokes up towards rafters and the 2 that allow you to walk to secret, basically.
Exactly that. And now they're down secret. In a 4 versus 4, when you lose players in the CT side on Nuke, it's so hard to recalibrate your CT side defense. But Device seems to be on the ball.
He's changed it up as well. He's not hugging that left corner that Zipnix was hugging. He's standing on the right-hand side, which is just another small, tiny tidbit of information. But when you look at the way Na'Vi will try and cross and out their shoulder peek, they'll check for it. It just makes it problematic, really, as he is going to be playing off the back of the stairs. Finds himself 1. Does get dinked down somewhat as they push on up. Edward actually being able to claim the kill. Electronic finding a second. But then the shotgun finally adds a bit of spice into the round. Playing in vent, basically locking it down. 2 HP and 5 HP. It's 1 shot. That's all it takes. He lands 2. He gets himself 2 frags. Astralis, 7-1.
Yeah, most likely they're going to go 8-1 as well when you look at the money from Na'Vi. $2,000 across the board. No chance for an AWP to the first buyer unless Electronic goes for a double save. But so far, not very good from Na'Vi. One of the issues they're having right now is, at the start of the rounds, the pushes are coming out from Astralis. You have Kirby pushing towards outside, he's getting so much information, they're expecting to play towards ramp. Zeus is pushing it, but after the first time they found success, it hasn't really worked too well for them. This could have easily been an 8-0 if they didn't have the miracle 2 versus 3.
I mean, it is interesting just to talk about the predictability of Navi. I feel like Astralis have got a read very early on exactly what Zeus has tried to do, and we basically haven't seen anything too fresh.
I think the biggest thing we've seen so far is the fact that Astralis are so used to playing versus the likes of NaVi.
Few kills coming in, at least a bomb plant for NaVi. At least there's that.
Yeah, $800 will obviously help you into the next buy round. It could, well, it will mean potentially an AWP if NaVi want to bring that one out. X utility as well, so they can go for an execution. They can even go re-execution if they want to try do something a bit fancy. Who knows? Execution towards upper, bait other Molotovs, and then go for a re-hit. Something like that. Something to change up the odds, because so far it hasn't really been working. You can see Astralis, as I said before, are very used to playing versus the likes of NaVi. And the reason I can see that is Astralis are using their grenades with 20 seconds left, with 30 seconds left. They're saving their smokes for when the round boils down at the point, usually, when Zeus is making that final mid-round call.
It's interesting you say that. I mean, in terms of the actual direct matchups these two teams have taken, there's not been all that much Malmo, but by even the most recent. Nonetheless, an important turning point in the game. That's what this could be, but look at the aggression again. Untethered play from Zipnix, gets himself the kill as well. Now falls back. It's smart. It doesn't give anything up.
All the information players run out are in the court from Astralis. We need to see Electronic and Co bounce back.
Oh, Zeus tries to push it up, but Glaive is in the right position at the perfect time. Edward desperately trying to clear things out. Electronica, spicy headshot up on towards Zipnix. We'll make it a 3 versus 3.
Yeah, 3 versus 3 right now. Dupree has rotated in through vent now. Playing close towards the stairs. This next kill could be pivotal.
Electronic, Trout peeks into him. Just like that, the advantage handed over. The boys wearing yellow. Kirby starting to rotate now, pondering what his play is going to be. Glaive almost just directly relating to each other. Kirby will come on down. Noise being made, so I'll be getting a lot more information here, and even a kill. Electronic's so close, but it's not enough.
They shouldn't be expecting Glaive as well towards the double doors if he can be there in time. Bomb does go down. Question is right now, what are the after-plant positions going to be from NaVi?
It's ticking. Decisions have to be made. Kirby coming in from ramp. Be so careful of Simple right now as Ed will take the head of Glaive. Leaving just Kirby now. Tapping. The nade to be thrown. That could be enough to finish off Simple. 7 HP to Molly. Not even going to get thrown one out. Simple will finish him off, and NaVi a second out of the bag.
8-2. NaVi will claim their second round, but right now they are still facing the 6-round deficit so far on the T side. An incredible mid-round play there, purely from Electronic. He finds the first kill towards outside, he challenges that first play, goes down the secret stairs, find that crucial kill onto Dupree, really opens up the B bomb site. You saw, even though rotations came in from Glaive and Co, it wasn't quite fast enough. NaVi found their way towards the bomb site, and the after-plant positions were too good.
Seeing aggression from Kirby, just playing off of the predictability of the taps of Zeus. Leading to a very nice early kill device in his orb. Kirby again a second on Edward as he tries to refrag.
But look how aggressive it is again from Astralis. Kirby's able to push in towards lobby, finds the first kill, goes up the ladder, and now he has the overhead position. But Flamey will find 1 kill onto device, 4 versus 2.
NaVi, the team that are always having to fight back right now, it seems, for a disadvantage to making it doable. There's another kill is collected. Simple, finding the frag on Dupree. Over a minute to work with, which we already talked about the value of time for Zeus.
Issue is, though, they're lacking a smoke onto NaVi. They cannot smoke off A main. Molly out vent, go for the plant. They can't smoke the bomb down, go for the plant. Or smoke heaven, molly heaven, and plant default. They need the utility right now to try get the bomb down. If they're lacking the utility, they have to find the kills.
They do have the mollies, though, for the choke point, so at least a saving grace potentially there.
Problem is, though, Simple has to be wary about Hut, and of course, towards A main. And speaking of A main, outside of it, Flamey will go down. 1 versus 3 now for Simple.
Back down in such a tough spot. 30 seconds on the clock. What could Simple possibly do that molly? We pondered what impact it would have in the round, and well, it does go towards a choke point to stop anyone from pushing on up, but he's too far to the left. That silo not going to save him. Not even a plant coming in for NaVi as they struggle. Oh.
Struggling around and struggle economically as well, Ryan. 2 times now. Both of these buy rounds NaVi have won. They've been instantly reset by Astralis. It's going to be 1.4k for Electronic again. This could be a force buy into a double save. They could try double save it again. Going to the next buy round, they could try have extra utility. You can see already they won't be buying and investing into this one. They know how important the utility is going to the next buy round. They've already tried just going for the force buy and 1 AK you know, Tech-9s here or there, and it hasn't paid itself off.
Still waiting to see something fresh from NaVi. When it comes down to these buy rounds, or something a little more well held together. This play just really hasn't worked out for them. Astralis to pick them off at almost every hurdle. Shot after shot, these pistols starting to be dealt with. NaVi, just 2 players now. Simple, trying to survive on 19 HP, but being chased down by Device. They will actually get themselves a few kills. That's thanks to Edward, who's been so impactful with like the Deagles and the USPs and such. Just picking up weaponry all over the floor, trying to make it work. But that damage, it's always great. It's always a silver lining. I think that's what I'm going for there. Astralis, if they lose a few players, you've got Glaive and Dupree on 2,200 and 3,250. But they're always just going to get dropped. They're always going to survive. NaVi, not so much.
Yeah, and now they can go for the buy though. Obviously, they had $2,000-ish. They saved that round, plus the 1.4K. Sorry, plus the 1.9K will give them around 3,100. You can see players from NaVi now investing into weaponry. 3 AKs, UMP, and a CZ as they're trying to up the tempo.
The early kill again. Aggression from that CT side into a swift headshot on Zeus. Simple. Now looking to return the fader with the UMP, gets close. The deep smoke is going to be thrown. Opts not to block it, not giving away his position. Sitting tightly packed in the corner as a fight is taken by Device. Another kill. Favoring the Astralis boys, looking worse and worse, but a second Device getting the information on Flamey. Unable to find a kill, but at this point, just even the info on where he's playing towards is enough for the CT side to get themselves in these more aggressive spots.
Exactly. 5 versus 3. Minute left on the clock here. And so far, so very good from Astralis. The first kills always going in their favor. The advantage always in their disposal. But regardless, though, let's see. Electronic was one of the major difference makers into one of the rounds that NaVi won. Can he try, replicate that, mimic that, and go for a big play once again as right now they make their way towards ramp?
Good flash to be thrown. Defensive play. Kirby needs to be so careful right now, but he's been left unchecked. Creeps on out, but Electronic, unexpected as well. Goes for the double, but doesn't even get the shot off of Zipnix. Will find the trade. That's such a tough point for NaVi. It just all crumbles from there. A few good kills, but it's the trading game for Astralis. It's when you're at a 4v2, you have manpower to spare. It's such almost a comedic point at this point. As we stand 11-2 in this game, and just look at the money of NaVi, we're back at square one.
Yeah, trying to think of what, you know, you can say to NaVi. This is the bigger problem, right? This roster got announced yesterday, but obviously it's been in the works for a few more days. How much time have they had to go over their T-side default on a map like Nuke where they're being pushed from outside, they're being pushed from lobby, they're being pushed from Zipmix towards ramp? Obviously, it's pretty apparent they haven't worked on their default so far. That's one of the issues you can do that sometimes where you're a new team, and I remember when I was a new team as well, you'd instantly go over executes, and you'd forget about your defaults as to where players are holding, good crossfires, good setups. As right now it's always the first kill, and again it's the same exact storyline. Then again, a quick trade kill from Edward means it is a 3 versus, now 4 versus 2.
What it comes down to for NaVi is, don't learn to run before you can walk. Simple. The only man left standing. Quickly put into the grave. Pretty stacked up with bodies at this point. Well, hopefully we see some sort of life for NaVi in this final 15th round.
Yeah. So, obviously, if you are NaVi right now for the last round, what are you going to try call? We're looking at the grenades as well in terms of utility. They have a fair amount. They can go for smokes towards outside. The only issue is you dispose all of your smokes instantly, and then obviously in the middle portions of the round, in the afterplan, if you do get towards the B-bomb site, you don't have smokes to smoke off ramp. You don't have smokes to smoke off the positions that need to be warded off. So if you use all your utility early, it really comes back to haunt you. Again, Device gets that first kill, but a good trade this time from Zeus.
Yeah, very good position. It's very early on. The Zipnix goes flying on in. That's disastrous. It all falls to pieces. Kirby, now the only man left standing for Astralis, has to try and bring things back, but Simple knows where it's coming from, holds the angle. The shot's going to be volleyed off, but the kill will not quite be found. Kirby now giving a second chance. The bomb planted down towards B. Simple just keeping him distracted at this point. Kirby had a choice to make. Go vent, go ramp, go for the kill. He actually finds it, just leapfrogging out the window. Making it a 1v1. The molly. Kit, smoke to his name. Spots out Zeus even, that's even better. The push comes in, the headshot so close. But Zeus will claim the round. 12-3. A devastating performance from NaVi, but hopefully their CT side will be better. We'll be right back with you in just a few moments' time. Lee was NaVi CT side. There we go. We're back in.
Well, 12-3, obviously. NaVi in a massive, massive deficit right now. They have to claim the pistol, otherwise this could be over.
Well, we're pretty quick into it. Let's see what's going to be done. Zeus already looking to find one through this doorway. Tapping nicely, dropping the bomb. Kirby did find Electronic though, and Dupree doubles down for a second for his team as he takes the life of Simple. Zeus could get aggressive, but also could look towards outside, and that's even better as Glaive under pressure, playing with his teammate Flamey. They should be able to finish it off, but it's the awkward reload. It goes wrong. Edward coming in from outside. Could find two, but Dupree whipping it around to find the headshot, leaving Zeus one man standing. And that man is no one-man band. Astralis, they get a pistol. It's 13-3.
Yeah. Second half pistol, 13-3. 10-round advantage now for Astralis on their T side. NaVi going to have to obviously go for the force, but they're going to have to be buying up for the complete remainder of this first map here, Ryan, because they need rounds on the board ASAP. If they lose this one, 14-3, again, the money will be so low, 1.9k. Go after force again, similar buy, CZs, Kevlar, potentially one or two grenades, light utility, and again, 15-3. This game is pretty much as good as done.
For a strong start for Dupree. Zeus searching for something with this scout. A simple tag is all he's asking for, but headshots galore is the nickname of Astralis at this point as they come running on through. Kill after kill. UMP AK, all the same. Electronic in a good position. Could well pick himself up a rifle here, but has to be so smart as he, well, gets backstabbed because he's not aware of the position of Glaive. Leaving just Zeus.
Yeah, Zimnix is low, Glaive is low. Has a scout, so pretty much an AWP in the hands of himself because the HP bar is low for a few of these players on Astralis, but not quite low enough for the USP. It's going to go 14-3. 11-round advantage. Astralis choice, 2 away from closing this one out. And of course, the money as well. I said before, NaVi are going to have to buy around, time and time again because they need rounds on the board ASAP. Simply put, Ryan, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you're trying to talk positives for NaVi, then you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. They are very much dug in a hole, and climbing out of it is, well, 1 out of 1,000 steps. That's one way of putting it. As the flashes come over towards outside, while the ramp play comes in from Astralis, they're just going to barrage their way in. Hopping around, but no contact being made. NaVi playing very far back.
Yeah, they went for the risky stack towards the A side. Didn't pay off. Game of rock, paper, scissors, and Astralis have made the correct call. It's going to be a play towards the B-bomb site. Man, disadvantage. Let's see if they can still pull this one off with the bomb down, with good after-blood positions towards that B-bomb site.
Had a bit of utility to work with as well. They've got an extra smoke, or even 2 on Electronic and Edward. They are being thrown on out, but Zipnik starting to chew into the Kevlar of these players as 1 and make that even 2 are going to be found. The door being held. Flamey going to lose his head, leaving just Simple and Edward in a 2v5. And just as we say his name, well, it's on death note, as Edward is the last man standing. His name has been spoken. When's it going to be happening to him too? As well, he's creeping on around, looking for one, but just as he does, he loses his head. Astralis 15-3.
Yep. Astralis now 12 match points to work with, 15-3, 12 on advantage. I guess right now you've got to be thinking about Inferno and what you can change going forward. In terms of predictions, you didn't actually ask me for predictions, Ryan. In terms of predictions, I was expecting, a 16-7, a 16-9 in favor of Astralis on Nuke. I didn't expect to be this heavy-handed. I thought there'd be some rounds where Electronic, like we saw earlier, would have a few more rounds where he would go off and have those 2 entry kills or Simple or Flamey. One of those players really steps up. But it seems like all the players right now from NaVi aren't fired up. They're not fragging.
It just feels like for Astralis as well, they ultimately have had a very well-thought-out game plan of how they're going to dispatch of NaVi. And it's really shown on this first map. Just every little answer to all the little tiny plays with the CT side and the T side respectively in that first half, as we're not exactly going to see much of the second half by the looks of things. But hey, they got themselves the first frag. Let's see if that can lead to something, as Edward does take the head as Zipnik starting to get better and better. Kirby in a good position, but his teammates are all fooling around behind him. Simple. And I'll just hold at the bottom, spots them out. There's one. And at this point for Glaive, it's an impossible circumstance, but he won't go down without a fight, as NaVi do manage to eke out their 4th.
4 rounds gathered after 19 being played out. Really goes to show how dominated NaVi have been by Astralis. Nevertheless, though, 15-4. NaVi game a consultation round, complimentary round. The likelihood of them coming back into this one, 15-15, 11 rounds on the trot, or make it 12 rounds eventually on the trot, is 1 in 100. So, then again, if you are betting people out there, put your money where your mouth is.
Hey, that's what it's all about, right? Some early damage being claimed by the Flames. Grenade as well, adding to that. Most importantly, it does actually allow someone to cross. I'm not sure who that was, but someone crossing from outside of A to the center of sight.
So 1 minute 25 left on the clock here. 2 UMPs onto Zeus and Electronic. And apart from that, 3 rifles as well. Good utility. Diffuse gets across the board. They are lacking the AWP, but so far hasn't really been too much of an issue. Deagle in the hands of Device. 4 AKs as well so far for Astralis. It's right now they're about to be high up the tempo.
There's a kill, but it's a bait and switch. The real target is going to be the B site. Those players go startling down on towards ramp. Flamey should be able to spot it out, but he's a little bit too late. He's allowed 2 to slip through the net. Make that all 4, in fact, as Dupree knocks down Simple. You're putting NaVi in a retake scenario. That's where things get tougher and tougher. The bomb being planted. He comes in. Dupree, very crispy. Electronic opening the door, popping in for a kill through the smoke, but nothing to be found. The whole idea of no mistakes from NaVi. Well, it's not been long. We're already beginning to see it as Dupree finds almost perhaps the final kill needed. Device to finally finish it.